What if I told you that you never have to play a main stage ever again? Because that is what the crew have added. What's going on, boys? My name is Sid. Welcome back to the channel. And today, I'm going to be going into these. Now, I did record an early access version of these main stage legacy things, but I'm on the main game here because I've got a lot more to say, and I'm going to come at it with a bit of a different perspective. So, this is how this works. These are the main stage legacy year 1. So, presumably, there'll be a year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever. But this is every main stage in the first update, well, the starting update for the game. That being the American, the Japanese, and the European main stages. Now, the European came with more, so it has more. It was 5 weeks and not 4 weeks. These are progression tracks where you can hop in and do 2 events per week, basically. Per week that was in the original main stage. This was 4 weeks. It has 8 events. Most of them are vehicle loaned, except for some, which, as you can see, will not be vehicle loaned. I think it's one per week is vehicle loaned, and then the rest of them are not. Some of them are restricted vehicle as well, including one in here somewhere where you need the Acura NSX. And the way these work is you can win the vehicle that released in that main stage. The Ivory Tower Falcon in Street Tier 2, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution X, the first ever Summit car ever added, is now in the game for free for everyone, and the Rubicon Edition. This has completely removed FOMO content, fear of missing out, when you have to play the game during a certain time to unlock a certain vehicle. The Summit still stands, because you can still go into the Summit and at the end of every main stage, win a Summit car, which will be only exclusive to, even more in fact, because it's only exclusive to 10,000 players during a specific Summit, specific week. These main stage cars were exclusive to specific months. And let me show you how they work to an even deeper level. So if I go into Japanese Custom, I hop in there, it'll give me a vehicle loan, so I don't have to actually own any vehicle. So you can really, as a new account, hop into this and just get going on it. Because you could do you can do half. You can do half of the entire main stage legacy without even buying a single vehicle. So, this is it. You'll notice that it's the same weather atmosphere that was in this Summit originally. Same with all the other cars around me. They are also the cars that you were racing in the Japanese Custom Summit in the Japanese Custom Week. And we actually need some banners and whatnot now, but let's try and win, because I'm in a lone vehicle, so I'm actually pretty far behind. You know what? Lone vehicle makes it alright, because you actually have to do stuff. There, so the balloons up there, you can see they have the Japanese custom artwork on them, as if you hello, fellas? You guys alright? So yeah, it's basically like reconfiguring an event during that week, the same way a Summit looks during that week, which of course is not as unique as anything really, but it is this. It is you getting to hop in this car and play an event from that Summit. Let's actually finish this one. Do we have to win? Okay, no, we just gotta come top 3, which isn't terrible. I wouldn't mind playing this in first person as well. You know, if I'm actually coming in here, I'm just trying to get a raw Japanese experience. Yeah, it's pretty good. I will say, this is an amazing reuse of content. It's an amazing recycling of content. Okay, I'm trying to not talk about the negatives first. I'm just talking about the positives. So in my early access video, I did replay this. I played the whole main stage one for the Japanese. The same thing I'm doing right now. I finished the whole thing and I unlocked the car at the end. And I will say, it does a pretty good job at actually capturing that atmosphere. I felt for that hour that I was just going through a JDM car hour. I assume if I hop in the Europe one, I'll feel like I'm doing a European racing experience. I'll feel like I'm in an American racing experience for the first one. It does do a pretty nice job at just providing that atmosphere. Not the same way a playlist does, obviously, because a playlist does do more, but it does do a pretty decent job at it. Okay, stop. Why are they so quick? I can't do anything because I'm on difficulty 5, and difficulty 5, which means they go unreasonably quick on straights. So could they stop maybe? Thank you. There we go. All right. Now, a positive that doesn't really apply to this one, but will apply to future ones, is the fact that some summits had really fun gimmicks, had really fun modes. Some summits had stuff like infinite nitrous in the Hoonigan update. That's something that these ones suffer from, is just these summits throughout the whole time weren't really big and exciting summits to begin with. They were just sort of drive Japanese cars, drive Japanese bikes, drive Japanese customs, drive Japanese Hondas, drive Japanese whatevers. That was this whole month, really. But the Hoonigan update, if you would remember, brought us a summit. Oh, I accidentally did this. Also, yeah, so the video returns as well. I like that. They made these videos, and it was a shame for them to all go to waste. So instead, we actually have this. Also, right, look at that area. Wouldn't it be nice if that was an actual area you could have gone to during the month and walked around all these I'm not complaining yet. I can't. But you get what I mean, right? Let me walk around that. But no, it's we have to go in the commie tent. Commie tent sucks. Whatever. This is nice. It's nice that it's nice that you can experience the video again, because obviously, you know. And as you'll notice, I played the third event, but it still just filled up from the bottom at the top. So you can just play any of these, really. You can hop into any of these events and it'll do the same thing. And it also gives you an opportunity. Every single one of these will give you the chance to drive the summit car you missed as well. Now, you won't be able to own this summit car, but yes, you can hop in and drive these summit cars. And as this builds up, it's quite nice. Yeah, the summit cars will be here as a legacy, if you will. Now, obviously, next month, the Hoonigan one, that one starts with a Devo reran, so I'm curious if there's gonna be a reran Magma Edition Devo Summit, because of course, like I mentioned, that one came as platinum in that first month for Hoonigan. I guess we'll know next month, or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because these release on the second week of every update. But yeah, if you never got the opportunity to drive the Honda, the Ivory Tower Falcon, or the Ford GT in racing, wait, no. Oh, wait, wait, what was the Ford GT for? Wait, hang on. Oh, no, yeah, that's the first week, of course. Sorry. You can get the IVT Falcon, but the cars you get to drive, the Summit cars, are this thing, the Ford GT Airfoil Edition in racing, and the no wonder I forgot it, Jaguar E-Type Temptation Edition. The Jaguar E-Type, but with 3 exhausts. So although you don't get to play with the Summit car, you don't get to own it, you don't get to, you know, bypass the competitiveness of the 10,000 people that do own this vehicle, you do get to drive it whenever you really want, because this event is now permanently in the game. That feels like a positive. God, it's gonna be fun when an Infinite Nitrous event is in the game permanently with the Hoonigan update. That's what I'm looking forward to, right? Is the fact that some of the really fun summits are gonna be immortalized. That's a fair point. Summits in general, not only main stages, but summits are being immortalized. Obviously with the artwork as well, so none of the artwork goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. And it's removing FOMO. You know, yes, it removes FOMO for the cars, but it also removes FOMO for, I guess, yeah, the art style, the atmosphere, the infinite nitrous, the experience. Everything during that month, FOMO is removed. Am I done praising it yet? I'm not sure. Hang on, because trust me, there's going to be a complaining section. So there you go, that's how you do it. Now, can we start complaining? Well, first of all, not complaining just yet. First, it's a criticism. Because if you already own the vehicle, you already own the car that is the reward, you only get 100,000 bucks. Now, I'm getting conflicting reports. I should finish this realistically, but I don't have the time. There's a new money method and I need to go make a video on that. But it's either 300,000, which it has been since the Crew 2. It's been 300,000 forever. Or it's 100,000, weirdly. People are reporting that it's 100,000, which just isn't worth it in the slightest. even 300,000 is a bit weird. It's odd. It technically makes this a very quick way of getting 1 million. Basically, they just added 1 million bucks for free. You just go in, you play all these events, and then all of a sudden you made yourself 1 billion. Billion? No, that would be crazy. No, 1 million. You know, look at that. Porsche, Maserati, oh my god, Italian, whatever. It's nice to re-experience. But let's talk about this. So, first and foremost, the money issue. You don't get enough to justify doing these if you already own the car. Second issue, main stages. If you'll notice, oh god, okay. So my biggest issues are this being too early and this just not being done well. And let's go into that. So, up here, main stages, you'll notice, main stages have a lot more rewards than just the car. Sure, you have the car, but then you also have Winter Agent Vanity Tire. Then you also have the Chrysler, sure, whatever, ignore the Chrysler, but you have the emote there. You have the underglow, the smoke there. It's already been in the game before, but it is there, sure, whatever. Then you also have over here, another suit or whatever. There's so many other rewards. They could, what is it doing? What? Did I replay? I replayed it again. My bad. Hey, I mean, this one is only going to be a 6-event one because it's only 3 weeks long. So, in 4 months, we're going to get a 6-event long one of this. But yeah, you see those rewards? It's only the car. They could have 3 and 6 or 2, 4 and 6. They could have easily put other rewards, other things. Even bucks would have been all right. Don't put crew credits. People saying crew credits. I don't want to put crew credits, but bucks would have been fine. Just some other rewards, vanity items that just make it worth it to do this. Because for me, whenever I actually choose to finish this, it's just going to be me choosing to waste those 3 hours is what me choosing to do these events is. That's what it is. Yes, if you don't own the cars, it's brilliant. For a vast majority of the people who, I don't know, played the game 3 months ago, they have nothing to do. Nothing to do. And that leads me on to my second point. Main stage legacy. What legacy? These were 3 months ago. This Rubicon was just over 3 months. What legacy? It should have been maybe a year. They should have waited like a year to do something like this. But instead, they've chucked it out. They've chucked every single one here. And then from now on, next month, sorry, in 3 weeks, we're getting the Hoonigan one. Hoonigan was out again 2 months ago. What are you talking about? It just makes no sense to me that they've done this so soon. What legacy? It also means that there is now no point ever doing the main stage. You'd need the vanities. And again, I guess that's what it is. Vanities are the only relevant thing because the car is now just going to be available in 3 months. Why ever play an update? Why? Essentially, Ivory Tower have just confirmed that you can, in an entire update, you only need to go on the game 3 times. That is it. You can just go on the final week, say it's month 1 of a 3-month update, you go on the final week of the first month. You go on, do the summits, done. You got yourself platinum. You can collect that next month. It doesn't matter. Then you play the new playlist that came out. You only got to do that 1 time every 3 months. So there you go. Unless they add a new one, which please Ivory Tower do add a new one. But you can just play the new playlist when you're just after the summit. And then if you really want, you can go on and do the main stage legacy for the last update that came out. Wait, why wouldn't you want to grind XP, grind money, grind anything? Why wouldn't you want to grind XP, get any of these rewards? Well, because, oh no, I'm gonna miss out on the Winter Agent Edition. No, you're not. In 3 months, the Winter Agent Edition returns in the main stage legacy. In 3 months. It does get rid of FOMO. Yes, it could have been done better though, and it's been done way too soon. I want this to be a thing. This is a good feature, but it's just done poorly. That, and it just feels hollow. It does give me the atmosphere of a Japanese vehicle experience or whatever, but it just doesn't provide anything substantive, really. Instead, I'm just sort of, you're just doing events. There's not even leaderboards for the events because they're all obviously, like the summit is, recycled events. They're reused events. So there's truly nothing unique about it. Here we go. What is this one? This one's from Toge. We got a street. Is that street? I can't even tell if that's the street or the drift one. Oh, I'm in a drift car though. Forgot about that. Okay. Yep. That's okay. Nope. I'm on too high of a difficulty for this one. That's for sure. It just doesn't provide the the atmosphere I think it's intended to. And here's another criticism. Because sure, you get to play these events, and it's fine. They definitely could have done more. I wouldn't mind if for every week or every month, they made some asset, just some kind of asset that fits within the same thing so they can replace it every week. But for these events, some asset that is spammed across the event just like they changed the artwork. Just something. But these are only in the pause menu. This is the only location you can find these. Also, looking at all of these have these videos have like a physical area. Look at that. They have like physical areas where the stuff goes on. Why? Add those. Add those. Have them change every week. Have the main stage be in a physical location every week, Ivory Tower. Instead, it's the car meet tent. But speaking of the car meet tent, these are completely and entirely non-physical things. They're only in the pause menu. You can find them absolutely nowhere over here. I can look around and there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nowhere to get this. If there was a location where you can go to, you can do a thing, you can select a whatever, there's a billboard of some kind, and you select it, and then it puts you on a waypoint route to the events that it is, then that would actually make this feel like a thing you're playing through, really, rather than just doing a bunch of events. Because obviously, like I said, these events are all events that are in the game. They're just redone artwork-wise, nothing new. So put me a waypoint. Give me a waypoint from one to the other. But no, instead you just go into the pause menu. You don't select a board and then you get to drive, and hey, say if you do a loan vehicle event, it loans you the vehicle for the drive to the next event, at least the first time you play them. A way of adding an experience from this rather than it just being the bare minimum of the word recycling. Maybe if Ivory Tower were more baller enough, some summits have different atmospheres, right? Like rainy and blue for some of them. So make it so that, yeah, while you're driving from one to the other, the open world, you can't interact with other people unless they're in your crew, but say the world is that for you while you're on your drive there. Think about that. Think about how much more of an experience this would feel like if you actually had to go to these events. Of course, give them the option of just teleporting. Yes, the option to teleport should still be there. I'm not saying force everyone to drive. I'm saying the option to teleport and the option to drive. But instead, there's no option. You just go in here and you click about, and then you play in some events, and then you win a car, and that's all this is. You might be okay with that. I just think it's the bare minimum that could have been 10 times better, especially with a physical location. If somewhere around the map was a physical area that was the main stage. This is supposed to be the main stage, right? So somewhere here, somewhere outside, somewhere around it is the legacy. I don't know. Or just a menu, a physical menu in the main stage area that you can go to. A TV that has the replay of all the last main stages, and you go on there and you select one, and then you get the route given to you. And the actual events actually have rewards rather than just the car at the end. That is my take on the main stage legacy. All in all, I like the idea, I like the feature, I don't like the timing, and I don't like the way it's done. Just like the crew has always been, it's potential wasted. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members Grim Pepper and Extreme Speed, and an insane top of the top thank you to icon members HK and Extreme Speed again. I'll see you boys in the next one. That's about it from me in a bit.